Welcome to the InfoWars Nightly News. I'm your host, Dzhokhar Jackson. Here's what we have in store in this October 7th, 2013 edition.
Tonight on the InfoWars Nightly News, Obamacare is a 99% failure so far. Plus, Miley, football, or the complete collapse of civilization? Take your pick, America. Then, John Rappaport exposes the quiet genocide conducted by Big Pharma. All that and more on the InfoWars Nightly News.
And welcome back. Top story tonight. ATF tries blocking whistleblowing agent's Fast and Furious book. The ATF is blocking the main whistleblower in the Fast and Furious case from publishing a book for pay, claiming his retelling of the Mexico gun-walking scandal will hurt morale inside the embattled law enforcement agency, according to documents obtained by the Washington Times. Now, if you're not familiar with the Fast and Furious case, this is where the U.S. government, particularly the ATF, gave weapons to Mexican drug cartels. Now, there's all these talks about background checks and these fully automatic weapons, and why does anybody need an AR-15 or an AK-47? All this stuff was bypassed and given to Mexican drug cartels, and now they're trying to silence the guy who's daring to put out a book. But this isn't the first time the ATF has tried to hush up their employees. Take a look at this clip from the then acting director of the ATF, B. Todd Jones.
As an employee of ATF, should you decide not to abide by the standards of conduct or the rules of the road, should you decide that you're not going to play by the rules, there will be consequences.
And we'll move from the choices and consequences of the ATF to the choices and consequences of Obamacare. Epic fail. 99% of Obamacare applications can't be processed. The nightmare scenario is coming this January. You've probably already heard that virtually no one can sign up using the online Obamacare exchanges. According to the insurance industry insiders who spoke to CNBC, 99 out of 100 applications don't contain enough information to result in enrollment. And this is all the while where you may have to be concerned about somebody coming to your house claiming that they're working for Obamacare. Hey, Mr. Jones, can you give me your social security number? Can you give me your phone number? If they ask you for your phone number, just give them the Obamacare number, 1-800-FU. I'm not making that up. You can find that on drudgereport.com. Now let's move to some other important news, some real important news. Americans more interested in Miley Cyrus football than Obamacare or the government shutdown. Now, let's just take a look at some of the top Google links as of this morning. And you can see rounding out the bottom there is Miley Cyrus on SNL. What will she lick this week? Also some wrestling, some football, the Amber Alert, which is of some importance, and also the President's Cup streaker. And these are the top things that the people are concerned about. I think they just need to give Miley Cyrus her own reality show. What did Miley lick this week? You know, because she's always licking something, and it could be like Fear Factor, where, you know, they have them lick cockroaches and bull testicles. That's what they do on the show. I'm not making that up. You can go watch those old Fear Factors. And just have Joe Rogan out there. Hey, Miley, what do you want to lick this week? And everybody shows up, and it'd be a good time. And I think that's what they need to do to get people actually concerned about some real issues. I can't believe that these are actual real search terms, but that's what's happening right now in the United States of America. Another thing that happened is a 9-year-old boy sneaks onto a plane and flies to Vegas.
Despite numerous checkpoints, the boy, believed to be a runaway from the Twin Cities, took a train to the airport and was able to sneak past Minneapolis airport security without a ticket or a boarding pass. It wasn't until the plane was in mid-flight to Las Vegas that he was stopped and questioned. Airport officials have determined that this was not an airport shortcoming, but a Delta and TSA issue.
Now you can watch The Alex Jones Show live as it happens at Infowars.com/show.
You'll find links to all of our content there and a free 15-day trial for Prison Planet TV.
More than 60 movies and documentaries all in one place at Infowars.com/show.
Arrest warrant issued for Dzhokhar Tsarnaev in Massachusetts. Tsarnaev, 20, of Cambridge, was indicted by a county grand jury in June for the murder of Officer Sean Collier on April 18th. He also faces a variety of charges on other charges, including armed assault with intent to murder for allegedly attacking Watertown police officers in a shootout in the early morning hours of April 19th, just a few hours after Collier's murder. Now, let me remind you, if you haven't heard it anyplace else, that the Tsarnaev brothers have no link to the Collier killing other than the feds just saying that they did it. Now, it's a very unfortunate situation, and I do wish my condolences to the Collier family, but they're saying because the Tsarnaev brothers were allegedly on some crime spree and this guy happened to die around the same time, they're just linking him in with the other events that they're saying the Tsarnaev brothers are responsible for. And once again, there is no actual evidence that the Tsarnaev brothers killed this man. Just like there's no evidence of them actually planting a bomb, but I'm sure that'll all come out in trial. Pharmaceutical firms paid to attend meetings, a panel that advises the FDA. Now, right after this break, we'll be talking about this more in depth with one John Rappaport. And I do believe this is a conflict of interest, but we'll see what he has to say about the issue. And we'll end our news segment tonight with this. Japan asks international community to help solve Fukushima crisis. Now, this is Shinzo Abe, the prime minister. He says, "We are wide open to receive the most advanced knowledge from overseas to contain the problem," said Mr. Abe. So, you remember when this first happened, they're saying, well, it's not that big of a deal, maybe for the people on Japan itself. But if you're here in the U.S., if you're any place in the world, you don't need to be too concerned about this. Then we saw the EPA raise the levels of acceptable radiation. There's been reports of unexplained illnesses, especially on the coast of the United States. So it is something that needs to be looked into. And now even Japan themselves are getting in on the action, telling you that you need to be aware and take precautions for yourself. And one of the precautions you can take is go to the InfoWars shop and pick up nascent iodine. That is Survival Shield at the InfoWars shop. It's a great product. We take it here ourselves. Alex has said it's given him weight loss and other great health effects. I've only been taking it for a short time, so I can't vouch for that personally. But get it yourself. Many of ourselves are taking it. Leanne McAdoo, also Anthony Gucciardi, as well as most of the office is looking into this. And take a look at it for yourself. And you can also stop by prisonplanet.tv and get yourself a 15-day free trial. All the great stuff is right there on prisonplanet.tv. John McAfee was on the Alex Jones radio show today to talk about, of all things, Obamacare. He's given his advice and his concerns that you, the private citizen, won't be able to keep your private information private when you go to many of these websites, many of whom have been set up just to steal your private information. He's also concerned about the NSA and how he plans to combat the NSA with a new device. He'll tell you more in this clip.
John, this is a short segment. I know you want to get into Obamacare. From what I've seen, it's the legalization of the NSA. It data mines everything. I know you've been writing about that. As an expert, tell us about that. And I can't wait till this device comes out as well.
Well, yeah, the problem with Obamacare, and this is just from a technological standpoint, Alex, is that there is absolutely no security at all. For example, I can create a website, claim to be an agent, and ask, let you log on, and because it's a healthcare system, I can ask you the most intimate questions, and you're going to answer them online. I will then get your social security number, your birth date, all the information I need to assume your identity and empty your bank accounts the following day. And yet, there is nothing in this central system that I can go to verify that this is a legitimate website. It's insane. It is insane beyond belief. And I don't know who thought this thing up, but they have to be a complete idiot.
And if you'd like to see more insights from our great guests like John McAfee, you can become a member of prisonplanet.tv. You can get yourself a 15-day free trial. You can get the Alex Jones radio show, the nightly news, the special reports, the movies, the rants. It's all right there. So stay tuned for my interview with John Rappaport right after this break. The Alex Jones channel is the official page of the Info War. But don't miss what's happening on our other channels. The Info Warrior, with the week's best videos. Prison Planet Live, where Paul Joseph Watson gives his expert analysis. And keep up with the rest of the Info Wars crew on our other pages. All of our videos are available to repost for educational purposes. See the sidebar of the Alex Jones channel for the subscription links. And remember, you can always find our videos in the highest quality by becoming a member of PrisonPlanet.tv.